Good day and welcome to Mrs. Bam's Study Notes. These short descriptive videos are made for the purpose of giving an overview of communication-related subjects and topics. Today's topic is the basic model of communication. The basic model of communication refers to how information is transmitted between a sender, which is also called an encoder, and a receiver, which is also called a decoder. This process is often broken down into key components, and the general model includes the sender, the message, the encoding, the medium, the receiver, the decoding, the feedback, and the noise. Let's look at all of these individually. The sender or the encoder is the person or entity who originates the message. The sender encodes the information they want to communicate. The message. This is the actual content or information that is being communicated. In other words, it's the core idea being communicated, whether it's spoken, written, or expressed through non-verbal cues. It's the actual substance of the communication being transmitted through a chosen channel. Next is encoding. This is the process by which the sender translates their thoughts, their ideas, or feelings into a message that can be sent. Again, this is like with a speech, with writing, with gestures, and so forth. Next, we have the medium. The medium is the channel through which the message is transmitted. This could be face-to-face, over a phone, via email, using PowerPoint, or through any other medium. Next, we have the receiver. The receiver, or the audience, is the person or entity who receives the message and has to decode it to understand its meaning. Next is decoding. Decoding is the process by which the receiver interprets or makes sense of the message that was sent. We also have feedback. Feedback is the response from the receiver back to the sender. This can be verbal or non-verbal, and it helps the sender to know whether the message was received and understood correctly. We also have something that can interfere: noise. In this sense, noise can be defined as any external or internal interference that distorts or disrupts the communication process, such as background sounds, misunderstandings, or physical distractions. This model is simple, but it serves as a foundation for understanding more complex communication systems. It emphasizes the flow of information and highlights the importance of clarity and effective feedback in ensuring successful communication. In the context of a PowerPoint presentation, the key components of the basic communication model would look as follows. The sender is the presenter or the speaker delivering the presentation. The message is the content or the information being shared during the presentation, such as key points, data, visuals, and the main argument. Encoding is the process of creating and organizing the presentation. This includes deciding on the slides and the text, images, charts, and the language used to convey the message clearly and effectively. The medium. The PowerPoint slides will themselves be the medium. They will act as a channel through which the message is transmitted. The presenter may also use a microphone, a projector, or a screen to help deliver the presentation. The receiver is the audience, which could be a group of people, either in person or virtually, who are receiving the information presented in the slides. Decoding is the audience interpretation and understanding of the message being conveyed through the presentation. This depends on how well the content is structured, how effectively the visuals support the message, and how clearly the presenter communicates. When it comes to feedback, this is the response from the audience, which can be in the form of questions, comments, body language like nodding, frowning, or engagement, or direct verbal feedback. It can help the presenter gauge whether the message was understood or needs clarification. The noise can be any distraction or barriers that interfere with the communication. This could include technical issues like malfunctioning equipment or poor internet connection. It can also be distractions in the environment like loud noises or side conversations. Or it may be misunderstandings in the message itself, like unclear slides or confusing language. In summary, In a PowerPoint presentation, the communication model highlights the interaction between the presenter, the content, which is the message, the audience, and any potential distractions that may impact the clarity and effectiveness of communication. With that, it brings us to the end of this video. Join me again for Mrs. Bam's study notes.